Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to go over AC repairs that you might face or encounter when bringing your car into a shop or dealership to get any AC complaints repaired. So they're going to get progressively worse because the components are going to get progressively expensive. And then the last one, we're going to go over why it's going to be the most expensive. All right, so for any AC repair, the technician usually starts out by evacuating. So we always have to do evacuate the system with, because of the freon, we cannot let that reach the atmosphere because it's a big pollutant and so on. So evacuating the system, depending on the type of refrigerant you have. So we have two types, so 134A and then R1234YF. Okay, so I think from 2016 and up, all cars have this one, which is a lot more expensive, and then older cars or 2015 and below will have this one. But most modern cars are moving towards this freon. So evacuating that freon, and usually when people come in for a AC repair, it means the freon has leaked somewhere. So it leaked in the atmosphere, and then you are missing that freon. So yeah, you're going to be needing to add that freon. So that's why it's going to be charged to you. So depending on how much the car takes, probably between between 500 grams to I think 800. That's how much usually AC systems take. I could be wrong, I could be way off, but I think it's around that. All right, so evacuating the system, that's always first priority. So in the newer freon, it takes about 45 minutes. So evacuating and then finding the leak, that's maybe another 30 minutes. And then recharging the system, so that's for another 45 minutes. So you're looking at 2 hours minimum. We didn't even change anything, or we're just diagnosing the issue. So 2 hours minimum at 149, depending on the shop rate. So either 100 to 149, or some shops even 200 bucks. So you're looking at already at $300 just starting. Okay, we haven't done anything yet. Okay, so what you would hope to happen. Yeah, what you would hope to see actually as a repair is only a few seals. So these are just O-rings that go bad, and these are the connections between either the expansion valve, the suction line, discharge line. So wherever there's connections between two components, we're gonna have O-rings like these, and sometimes they leak because they're old and brittle. And so if you change those, these are pennies. Or their shop's probably just going to charge you a few dollars to replace them. So that's the best case scenario. So this is going to be 300 minimum. Plus they're probably going to charge you 20 bucks to for the seals, and then maybe another 0.5 for the labor to change them. So you're going to be looking at maybe 450 to 500 bucks, and that's 500 bucks. Can you imagine? It's going to be the best case scenario. All right, so next up, it's going to be the expansion valve, which is located on the firewall. This is not too bad to get. So once again, we have to evacuate the system. So that's 300 bucks plus the part, which is going to be let's say 80 bucks to 100, and then another 0.5 to change it. So now you're looking at so 550 around. Yeah, so 550 to change that part. So the expansion valve, it's not a difficult part to get to, and it's not crazy expensive. All right, next up, same thing, evacuation of the system, plus either a suction line or discharge line, which is around what I've seen from dealerships. It's around 100 to 200 bucks. So each line. So just depending on how long they are. Or if you have an SUV or a van with rear AC, these some of these lines go all the way back. So you're probably going to look at 400 or 500 for those lines that go all the way in the back. But I'm just talking about regular cars with just a front AC. The ones with a rear AC is a bit more rare. So So you're looking at 300 plus 150 or 200 for suction and discharge line. So you're already looking at 450, 650 if you need both. And that's if the technician finds a leak either in the seals, in the expansion valve, or in the suction or discharge line. All right, next up is going to be, it's getting expensive already, so the condenser. So condenser is going to be, cheapest condensers I've seen from the dealer, or like your small garage, is probably going to be 300. They could easily reach 400 easily. And then if you get an OEM, like who knows how much they're going to charge you. I'm thinking if you get an OEM German condenser, they could easily charge you 600-700. Like it really depends on what they want to charge you, honestly. So now you're looking at already, yeah, and then probably 1 hour for labor. So you're looking at already 900 bucks for a condenser job. So the condenser is located in the front of the car. So sometimes the front bumper has to be removed. So you're looking at an hour labor or a bit more, like 2 hours. And depending on the car make and model, sometimes you could get it from the engine bay. So if you take off a bit of some of the plastic trims, so the condenser is located right in front of the radiator. So just depending on the car make and model and how to get to it. So yeah, so you're looking at 900 bucks just for a condenser job. And yeah, so condensers are actually they leak commonly just because they're at the front of the car, and they could get hit by rocks, so they could chip and then cause holes in the condenser, and then eventually the freon is going to leak out, and then you won't have any cold air blowing into your vents because of that. All right, next up, we're getting into the danger zone. So 300 for evacuating, and then if there is a leak either in your compressor or that your compressor has failed completely. So cheapest compressors I've seen is about 450, because you really don't want to cheap out on the compressors. You don't want to buy any like those aftermarket reman. They always just go bad. So it's better to just get a brand new compressor, and then if it's a dealer compressor or a OEM, so you're looking at 600 plus 1 hour labor. So we're at 1,000 plus for a compressor. Yeah, so compressor prices vary a lot, but the minimum I've seen was 450. I think the highest was probably 600-700, and then who knows how high it could go with German cars. You just never know. All right, and then well, my recommendation would be to don't cheap out on the compressor, because sometimes they could cause more problems than yeah, they could actually cause more problems, especially the remanufactured ones, where if you start up the car and the compressor starts pumping freon, and then if the remanufactured compressor isn't as clean as it should be inside, it's just going to pump debris or metal shards around the AC system, and then yeah, you would have to try and evacuate all that, and then sometimes other components could get damaged. So either the expansion valve, the discharge line, the condensers, and so on. So yeah, like I said, don't cheap out on the compressors, because it's already going to cost you 1,000 bucks. So what's 200 or 300 more to get a good quality compressor. All right, last up we have the final boss of AC repair. So it's the evaporator core. So the evaporator core is not that expensive as a component, so it's probably 100 to maybe say 200 bucks, depending on, like I said, car make and model. The issue with the evaporator core, it's located behind the dashboard, so that's going to be either a 10-hour or a 12-hour job, at the shop rate. So you're looking at minimum of $2,000 for a evaporator core replacement, and that's like the worst case scenario for any car owner. So really, so $2,000 for evaporator core, just because the yeah, what eats up most of the cost is going to be the labor hours, which is 10 to 12 hours, and you would want to hope at the end that the technician put all the interior trims correctly back in place when he's done. because the worst thing is having, well, the whole dashboard has to come out with all the accessories, your steering wheel, your shift lever, glove box, everything, center console. So the worst case scenario is having the technician put all that back and then getting some rattles, some plastic rattles from inside the car when driving. So yeah, that's the worst case scenario. So $2,000, and then you would want to hope that it's covered under warranty. But I had a friend like that too, that he had a 2017 Civic. Yeah, so he had they covered his condenser under warranty. I think it's compressor as well. I forgot. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that the Civics that generation had a lot of problems with the evap core, and then it would be a customer pay. So he paid over, yeah, well over $2,000 to get that fixed. So the evacuation, the refill, as well as the 10 to 12 hour labor, plus the parts. Yeah, so it could get crazy real fast with the AC systems, especially with the new ones, the 1234YA, which is I think 4 or 5 times more expensive than the R134A. Yeah, but eventually I think the price will go down eventually as more and more research will come out, and then I guess more manufacturers are going to start producing it, and then they'll find cheaper ways to make it as well. So yeah, so that's why AC repairs is probably the biggest nightmare for car owners, especially if you end up having a evaporator core leaking. Then you have no choice, especially if you live in hot climates, you have no choice but to replace that. And then what's involved in that, like I said, is a whole dashboard teardown and so on. All right, that's going to be it for this short video. Hope you guys find it helpful. Hope you guys find it valuable. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.